standing for a moment of silence for our troops.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated.
Notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Law have been satisfied concerning this meeting. The Home News Tribune and the Star Ledger posted the annual notice on December 22nd, 2017. A copy of the schedule is posted on the municipal bulletin board, and it should be so noted in the minutes of this meeting. Councilman Anderson.
Here.
Councilman Ficarra.
Here.
Councilwoman Drum.
Here.
Councilwoman De Jesus.
Here.
Councilman Small. Councilman Patel.
Here.
Councilman Bauer. Vice President Spiller.
Here.
And President Meehan.
Here.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from July 10th, 2018?
Motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes here. Ayes have it. Council, we're going to take resolutions 1 and 2 at this time. This is the public hearing on the Main Street Special Improvement District, as well as the public hearing on the Oak Tree Road Special Improvement District, both fiscal year 2019 budgets. Take notice that this hearing was advertised in the Home News Tribune on Friday, July 13th. Can I get a motion at this time to open the public hearing on both of the SID budgets, Main Street and Oak Tree Road?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on resolutions 1 and 2 only, again, which are the Main Street and the Oak Tree Road Special Improvement District budgets. Hearing no comment, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed and these two resolutions be adopted, setting forth their budgets?
I'm sorry, motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Beginning with second reading ordinances, we have two tonight, starting with letter A. The first is an amendment to the police regulations, adding a new section with regards to vehicle window and or windshield tinting and glazing. Prohibited acts of this, and they're set forth in your ordinance. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up in second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter A only.
Good evening, Council President George Obaka, Hope One. Just what exactly is this vehicle window tint? Does it apply across the board for buses? Does it apply to cars, motor vehicles?
I believe it's for just the cars, Director Hubner?
It's for aftermarket on vehicles. There probably are some exceptions. What they are exactly, I don't have the answer right this minute, but I can research it.
Different, excuse my voice, different states have different laws pertaining to their cars. And if a vehicle is registered in another state, such as New York, right, and he comes into Jersey and the officer spots him and writes him a ticket for a dark tint.
No,
I don't believe that.
Is that anything under?
that's not what this ordinance says. This ordinance is on the practice of installing that,
Oh, okay.
so that they can't be installed by someone in Woodbridge. A business in Woodbridge
They
is prohibited from putting that into a car because the tinting itself, that is against the state law. We're not allowing the businesses in town to be able to install them. I believe that is exactly what it does.
Oh, okay, so we're prohibiting window tinting in the Township of Woodbridge? Across the board? Aftermarket
Yes.
window tinting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does that apply to police vehicles too?
No, there's an exception.
Yeah, because I've noticed a few, sorry, I noticed a few of the Chargers and stuff like that have a deep tint, and it's on the front window where the driver sits, and I'm figuring, hey, what's going on? But there is an exemption on that, right?
There is.
Yeah, all right. Okay, and this is geared specifically for the custom car people and stuff like that, or the houses? I don't know anybody around who does window tinting, really. And
Just the regular cars,
Yes.
really good cars.
after they've
Okay.
been purchased.
Like that, okay. If the car does have aftermarket tinting installed, do they have to remove it?
They might have to. I mean, there's state regulations that are enforced even now without our ordinance.
Yeah, all right.
That's the state law on having it on your car. Like if you go to Edison and have them put it on your car and it's illegal, then that's a motor vehicle violation when you come into town. This is on a business taking an illegal action by installing something illegally that would be illegal on a vehicle in this town.
This got to beat the bamboo ordinance by about 20%. Thank you very much.
Are there any other comments from the public? Can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed on this ordinance and it be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Letter B is an ordinance authorizing the acquisition or purchase of property located at 400 Amboy Avenue in Woodbridge. Letter B. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and public hearing be open?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter B only.
I could use help to start to replace a short block of whole one. Now, I see we've got another property coming up for, this is for a parking deck, correct?
For the what?
A parking deck, proposed
Yes.
parking deck.
There's no
This is
plan.
the gas station on the corner.
That's correct.
Okay, now, I'm going to go out on a limb over here and say that you're going to go down the block, the whole of Ross Street, and take all of Ross Street over, or you can't comment on that? I just have to comment on 400.
We're just talking about ordinance B right now.
All right. I might have been a little bit too strong using the term swindle and stuff like that, but, I got an article here on Smart Growth Coalition, and smart growth being another word for, a euphemism for eminent domain. Now, you might disagree with me on that. I have an article here. I gave the article to the new guy, Bennett, or whatever his name
That's
is.
it.
Over there. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and he's got it over there. I'll shoot. I'll shoot it over to you.
We have to talk specifically on the ordinance, though.
That's what I'm going to be doing. But where are the funds going to come from? Do we know anything, or when are we going to discuss this, or are we going to have a public meeting, or nobody knows nothing?
This is an ordinance that will allow the township to negotiate for the acquisition of that property. And that's all it basically does. We did the adjoining property, and now we're doing this property, and we have to negotiate and see if we come to terms. If we come to terms, then the council decides to whether or not they're going to authorize the acquisition monies for a piece of property. This is authorizing us to go out and try to acquire this property for a public purpose.
Will this be pilot money, or?
No, this, I don't know what money it'll be yet.
Not yet.
I didn't get that far yet.
Yeah, let's see. All right. Hey, listen. Let's try and follow this over here and see what comes up over there. I can't talk about how the parking deck will be used for downtown and a proposed transit village over here. I can't talk about that, right? No, that's not germane.
Not unless it's in this ordinance. If it's in this ordinance, you can, but I don't think so.
It's not germane to the conversation. So let me
I
get
think
my
so.
crystal ball over here and see what happens. Okay.
Right.
Thank you very much. We shall see what happens.
Are there any other comments under letter B? Letter B only?
Just before, there's a word with the eminent domain, and we just use the word we negotiate. Well, if we negotiate, what has to be eminent domain then?
It's not eminent domain, they're just
But
negotiating.
it says over here, the block 4545,
This is the language that's in every ordinance that authorizes acquisition of property. You put all the different options in, but every one, we always go to try to negotiate the acquisition first, and that's how it's done. But the language is the same on every ordinance that's ever been adopted on the acquisition of property since the beginning of time. It's by purchase or by eminent domain. That's what the language is.
but
for all of them.
excuse me, if the seller doesn't agree with purchase price,
Say what?
if the seller doesn't want to agree with you,
It's a negotiated price.
Right. If they don't want to sell it, would you go as far as try to take with eminent domain?
Well, we got to do one step at a time. We try to go out and negotiate an acquisition cost that works.
When you say for public use, which
Yes.
is, of course, all the businesses are private. And to my knowledge, anybody who wants to build something, they have an efficient parking lot to build the buildings or build a structure. I'm not against it, any kind of improvements, but again, this is probably the prime piece of property, special property next to it, 410 Amboy Avenue, and we're going to take this property of Tex Road to put a parking lot. It just does not look good, doesn't sound good to put at that spot a parking lot.
Public parking is a public use by definition. And that's what they're trying to get for downtown parking, property to have parking, which is the public use.
Well, again, the public use for whom?
The public.
Now, you mean you're going to build a parking lot next to my business and let public use it so my customers improve my business?
Yeah, the public
I thought eminent domain could be only used for schools, city hall.
No, it can be used for a lot of different things, but we're not saying this is eminent domain. We're saying that we're trying to negotiate the purchase of the property first, but it's for a public purpose, and it's for public parking for a public purpose.
Now, is the city has anything to do with it because they're the one that would
No.
benefit by it? That's more for them. It's not for, I mean, there's no businesses that don't have enough parking for their own businesses except the school. And I did go to a school board meeting last week, and my question with Dr. Zager was, do you have enough efficient parking space for your new school? He said yes. So that means the school does not need additional parking because it's all in the plans that would have enough parking for the school. So please, I don't know who's behind it, but I think we do the business we do on Main Street, we got enough parking place except for trains.
I didn't say anything about a school. I don't know where that came from, but
The
we're talking
parking lot
about
is not for the
public
school.
parking.
Well, it's a public parking, then everybody can park it, right?
The ordinance is on public parking acquisition of 400 Amboy. I don't want to be disrespectful.
Well,
I
how
don't know
about
what you mean.
okay, how about the other week was a 410 Amboy Avenue?
410 is not in front of us right now. That was our last meeting. This is 400.
Okay, thank you, that's better.
Are there any other comments on ordinance B? Hearing no other comments, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion?
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Next listed are ordinances under first reading, letters C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and J. Can I get a motion that these ordinances be passed on first reading, published in the Homeowners Tribune on July 27, 2018, with notice of public hearing to be held on August 7, 2018 at 7 p.m.?
Motion?
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Finally, under resolutions, now we'll take numbers 1 through 28. Can I get a motion to approve? 3 through 28. You're ready? 3 through 28 by consent.
Motion?
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
We will now move to the public portion of our meeting. If you'd like to speak, please go over to the microphone. There is a 5-minute limit. Please state your name and your town.
Good evening, Council President. George Rabaka, Hopelawn. Let's start it off with a moment of silence for the seniors and the businesses who are facing eviction and losing their businesses due to the pilot tax plan that the mayor and this township endorses. Okay. Just some old biz over here. How we doing on the crosswalks and signs on West Pond over here? We send the letters out and stuff like that, and what are we doing? Council Bauer's not here.
Yeah, he's not here this evening, so I...
Yeah, well, if you could check on it
I
and see
can
like
check
that,
on
you
it.
know, and because there was a pretty good motor vehicle accident over there. They medevaced a guy out last week with a helicopter by Walmart over there. He hit a pole, And then there was another motor vehicle accident by Wendy's, rear ender, and I told you so, but that was this is like the third one, and they're open like a month and a half over there. So it's something that got to be looked over to and see what they're doing. Anything on Quincy Court to report?
Everything is the same.
Nothing?
No.
Nothing on there? Same old, same old? Okay, very good. And how about a town meeting in the fall or something like that, or next winter, to find out what you guys are doing over in that area, trying to revitalize that strip of New Brunswick Avenue and stuff like that, see what's going on? You might want to plan something like that. I'll bring it up with Council Bauer. What else over here? The the opioid. How we doing on that? We're still.
We've been over this. It's the same.
I
We
know.
have many
We're running
programs
ahead.
in place in Woodbridge Township, and we are very active with it. We're probably ahead of most counties and townships, and we work hard on it to help anybody here that needs help.
Are we running ahead? Are we in the body
don't have
count?
any
You don't want.
figures for
You
you.
can't say nothing. Are we? It's a sad thing to say.
It is.
something
That's
like
why we
that.
have
It's
all the
very-
programs in place.
It's very tragic and stuff like that, so that's not too good. Briefly, I brought up last week, and I've been harping on this subject about smart growth being the euphemism for eminent domain and stuff like that. And I gave that article to Senator Bennett. Is that right?
Yes.
That's good. Close enough on there.
The new guy.
The new guy. And I got, 19 people along with Carolyn Ehrlich sitting on a committee, and they're figuring ways out for real estate. It's the Rutgers Business School, and I've been delving a little bit deeper into this over here. And this Ann Barbanuyu, she's with Williams, Goldman, and Spitzer, all the way down to a Ted Zanagara, and they're with real estate law, they're with condemnation law. Oop, I can't say that. Smart growth law, and what I'm saying is that is it proper for her to sit on this committee and to use these tactics and to tell our building department and our redevelopment agency these tactics to use, when us as the common people, we have to abide by these court orders and the letters. When one of these letters going to go out for these two I could talk about the two properties now, right? Yeah. When one of these letters going to go out for the two properties, 400 and 410, have they gone out yet?
Senator,
Letters have gone to the owners of both. Yes.
They have. They've been mailed out already? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's it. And, I'm good for all this, growth and stuff like that, but a 400 or 500 car parking deck all along Ross Street, and don't tell me that you're going to build a small parking deck
We
there.
don't have a plan for it yet.
Huh?
We don't have a plan for it yet.
You got the plans already. You're going to have retail on the first floor. I mean, don't play dumb. The plans are out
If you
there.
have those plans, could you bring them in and you'll save me a lot of money and the taxpayers a lot of money? Because we don't have a design.
You don't
But if
have
you
a-
have them, bring them in and maybe we'll save money.
They're done already. I mean, they haven't been approved yet, but
They
they're
haven't
drawn
been
up.
done.
You sure?
I'm
Okay.
positive.
All
But
right,
if you
you're-
have them, bring them in and maybe we'll use your plans.
My plan would be the smart phone and the parking that the people would go. Have you ever seen that technique or whatever? They use a smartphone for parking in the parking spaces. That would be it on there. All right, that was it. And the car show was pretty cool too over here. That was pretty nice, and they had all the people there on Main Street. And I hope the township has deep pockets because you're going to be testing the kids for drugs in school, right? I was at the meeting.
That's a Board of Education matter.
Yeah, I mean, but the first lawsuit that comes up, who winds up paying for the damages?
You would have to go to the meeting for that.
Somebody's calling. Hey, that was pretty good. Okay, take care.
Council President, just one note on that. My children are involved in extracurricular activities, and if they should ever get called, I signed that consent form, and I have no problems with that. So Mr. Chewbacca, as normal,
I
is
also would sign that.
sadly
because
misinformed
You
with
were just
that.
talking about the drugs, so, yeah.
Your time's up, sir.
Are there any other comments from the public?
Jawar Tari, Woodbridge again. There's a rumor, I believe it's true, that Woodbridge purchased the club on the Main Street. And some people are aware of it. Some people said they got in the mail that's been sold. And some people that's supposed to go there, they said they don't know nothing about it. They got nothing in the mail.
We are in talks with them about it. There's been no purchase.
There's no purchase, there's not,
That we're in negotiation with them. to talk with them,
Negotiation.
Right, Senator?
That is correct. The mayor has had some negotiations with them. Negotiations on property acquisition are not able to be discussed. If the mayor cannot buy any property, let me make that clear to you. The council would have to deal with it. They're negotiating. I think it's fair and safe to say that they are negotiating at this time.
is it just purchasing the business or the property too?
We're negotiating.
They're just negotiating.
Yes.
So then why did some people got notices that they are,
I believe those notices went from the club, not from the township.
okay, thank you.
Any other comments from the public? Can I get a motion that the public portion of this meeting be closed?
Motion?
Second?
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
We will move into our agendas now. I'll start with mine. My agenda is in order. I just have two upcoming events that I have mentioned before. We have our Colonia Family Day and Wiffle Ball Tournament. It'll be next Saturday, the 4th. We invite anybody to come. You could put a team in. You do have to be pre-registered. It's $10 if you want to come just for the barbecue and $15 per player for the team. All these proceeds will go to help a little girl in Colonia that's ill. So if you want to come out, it's a great family day. You don't have to play wiffle ball. You can just come. You can register that day, or just come to the picnic that day. Also, on August 2nd, next week, we will have our Toys for Tot 5K run at 7 p.m. That'll be leaving from the Evergreen Center down Inman Avenue around Colonia High School, down near Dover, and then up Amherst. So just if you're in that area, just expect a few delays there. And I will be at the next meeting. Hopefully, the area in Cypress Drive will be repaved, half of it, and we will be notifying residents there when this will be done so you can plan alternate routes. And that's all I have tonight. Councilman Spiller.
Thank you, Council President. Item number 12, I'm happy to report that Cedar Meadows is moving along nicely. The ground has been graded and underground utilities will be starting. Just to refresh, Cedar Meadows is a residential use that will be aimed at having developmentally disabled, some of which were forced to leave when the state came in and closed the developmental center, occupy the building, and calling it home. Also part of the project is a turf recreational soccer field. One other redevelopment note, the new 200 square foot plus 1400 Randolph Avenue complex is completed, and they will be looking for new tenants, so that's always nice. Councilman Anderson, they'll be bringing more jobs to the township. Item number 13, the Cable Commission. Through numerous complaints, it came to the attention of the township that Comcast violated their franchise agreement with the township, specifically Comcast's obligation to maintain a walk-in business within the township when they abruptly closed. They closed their walk-in business on Lord Street in Avenel. I want to thank the administration, the Cable Commission, and our law department. They swiftly got on it, sent correspondence to Comcast. They realized their error, and they provided us with a 30-day notice of its plan. They will be opening another location at 171 Route 1 South, Unit 2 in Woodbridge, New Jersey. The temporary customer service center is required because they left Avenel and they're in violation. They have a new one in place closer in Avenel, but that won't be ready until at least fall of 2019. So thankfully, everyone got on that quick. They realized the error, and we're moving forward. I think that is it on my agenda. If I can just move to Councilman Small's agenda, who's excused tonight, and that would be item number 4, Port Reading First Aid Squad. This is from Councilman Small. Excuse me. This past Sunday, Port Reading and the Township of Woodbridge lost a great individual, Michael Weber. Mike was a life member and a past captain of the Port Reading First Aid Squad. Mike was an unselfish man who always went above and beyond for his community. He will be deeply missed. I ask that you keep your thoughts and prayers with the Weber family during these tough times. So if you can, just keep everyone in your thoughts and prayers. Again, that's all, and it's always good to see our young all residents, but especially our young residents of the township in the audience. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Drum.
Thank you, Council President. Number 3, the Downtown Merchants Association, their next car cruise is Wednesday, August 15th, beginning at 6 o'clock on Main Street, Woodbridge proper. The last Wednesday, they said it was probably the best one yet. They had a great crowd. The weather was fantastic, so we appreciate everyone coming out. And there's great opportunities for our local businesses when we have the cruises, because there's people from all over that eat and pay a visit and do good stuff in our town. So we appreciate all of that effort from the Downtown Merchants Association. Number 4, the SID, the Special Improvement District, is co-sponsoring with our township a SID facade improvement program. This is a grant program that offers up to $2,500 of matching funds to small business owners, operators located within the Special Improvement District to invest in building facade and exterior renovations improvements. This is Woodbridge proper, downtown Main Street right here. We are hopeful that more small businesses will be able to make improvements to their storefronts. You may contact our Department of Planning and Development Facade Improvement Program at 732-634-4500, extension 6432. Businesses and owners will be receiving the letter shortly with all the details. Number 5, our Woodbridge Metro Chamber of Commerce has 2 upcoming networking events in August 2nd from 4 to 6 at Bonefish Grill, and Top Golf on August 21st from 4 to 6. You may visit our website at woodbridgechamber.com and register right off the website or give the chamber a call. Number 17, the Woodbridge Elks Lodge 2116. They're having an event this Saturday night called Retro Night, 70s and 80s Party. It's from 6 to 10, and you can contact the lodge at 732-634-2116 after 3 p.m. to purchase your pre-sale tickets, or you can buy your tickets at the door. And the Coast Guard wanted me to mention that they offer a free vessel safety exam. It only takes 15 to 20 minutes, and the Coast Guard will come to your boat. You need to call for an appointment, 732-596-1073. And I have one announcement. Our Woodbridge Community Players, a local theatrical group here with a lot of local talent, is performing this weekend a musical, Little Shop of Horrors. It's this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is their 11th annual performance. Tickets can be purchased online at woodbridgecommunityplayers.org or at the door at the Woodbridge Middle School Theater. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilman Figuera. Oh, Councilman Anderson, sorry.
Oh, what?
I think you caught him off guard. Caught me off guard, too.
As soon as he's paying attention.
Thank you, Council President. First, I'd like to acknowledge our Pop Warner and AYF football programs that are about to start their season on July 31st, coming up this week. If you have not registered, there are the 3 programs. The Ford's Bearcats, they're practicing over in Ford's Park. You have the Port Reading or Woodbridge Golden Saints down at, in Port Reading. They all have their websites, and the Woodbridge Broncos. They're all accepting registrations for both football and cheer. And the Golden Saints also have a Challenger cheer program for our kids that are challenged, that play flag football or do their cheering. So please come out and support them. I would like to congratulate several of our baseball and softball programs. The Colonia 11U boys have won their tournament this year in baseball. Our 12U girls from Woodbridge were district champs, and congratulations on them. And the 11U boys in Woodbridge, I'm actually a coach on that team, and I'm very proud of them. I've been a coach in Woodbridge Little League since 1999, never won a district title until this year. And our boys did it in fine fashion, throwing a no-hitter and winning 9-0. Last night they lost in the sectionals to Tom's River, who we know they have a fantastic history in Little League, 5-0. But they can play out of the losers bracket, and we'll play Middletown tomorrow. And I'm wishing these boys a lot of luck. They've done our town very proud, very proud. I would like to also go to our
Hall of Fame, and just announced that the Woodbridge Township Athletic Alumni Hall of Fame Association is pleased to announce the 2018 Hall of Fame class. From Colonia High School, Charlie Braden, Jerry Connell, Gene Durkak, Don Ferraro, Lorraine Smakula, and the 1990 softball team, which was head coached by Stu Jago. The Kennedy Memorial, John F. Kennedy Memorial, Eric Allen, Alyssa Eberhardt, Andrew McConaughey, Patrick Sheehan, Darren Simon, and the 1988 softball team coached by Bob McLaughlin. And for Woodbridge High School, Ed Ackerman, Eileen Jouch, Richard Kovac, Ted Kujowski, Lou Mercado, and the 1957 baseball team. The head coach and team members was Frank Capraro. This is held every year in October, so the WTAA Hall of Fame induction dinner will be held Sunday night, October 14th, 5 p.m. At the Woodbridge Community Center on Main Street. The dinner is a great opportunity to reconnect with old friends. The cost of the dinner is $50. Children under 12 are free. Requests for tickets may be forwarded to the Woodbridge Township Athletic Alumni Association, care of Woodbridge Recreation Department, 600 Main Street, Woodbridge, New Jersey, 07095, and the payment may be made to the WTAAA. And ticket reservations will be held at the welcome table. So come out and support those heroes of the past and reconnect with members of the community. It's always a good time, and it's great hearing these stories. They never get old. I would like to also encourage anyone right now that is out of work, that is currently looking for employment, to check out our Woodbridge Township Employment Opportunity Center. There are resume writing tips, career tools on there. So if you're looking, you don't know where to start with that page. There are plenty of tips, and you can see some success stories of people that have started with that page and have had some success finding their new career. And that is all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Figueroa.
Thank you, Council President. Councilman Anderson, I think both Frank and Vinnie Capraro are the special guest of honor at the Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
I believe that's it. Item number one, the Woodbridge Community Center. The Community Center extended our Highland Grove Spray Park. Summer memberships are still available. It looks like a hot month of August coming up, so there's still opportunities for that. Very interesting Wednesdays at the Community Center during the entire month of August, celebrating our 350th anniversary here in Woodbridge. After 6 p.m., there's promotional items, $3.50 for miniature golf, drop-in fitness classes, roller skating, and there's even discounts at our cafe. So that's every Wednesday night starting next Wednesday after 6 p.m. It's a great opportunity to come out and see our beautiful community center. In senior recreation, the New Jersey Senior Olympics are coming up September 7th, 8th, and 9th with the opening ceremonies on Saturday the 8th at 10 a.m. at Recreation Central, our Woodbridge Community Center. There is still an opportunity for seniors from Woodbridge Township to take advantage of a special price of $5 to enter into 3 events. That's a $25 savings. It's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. A couple items coming up under the Mayor's Wellness Campaign. Sunday, September 2nd, is our Crossroads race. It's a multiple of races, 10K, 5K, and a children's runs. More information to follow on that. And Sunday, September 30th, is the Tour to Woodbridge, and all the information is out on that. Maybe we can get a look at that. It's our 11th annual Tour to Woodbridge. Interesting, on both the Crossroads race and the Tour to Woodbridge, it's on raceroster.com, so you don't have to leave the comfort of your home to register. If you just go to raceroster.com and search it, it'll come up. You can register. You can pay right online. And as Councilman Drum said, Little Shop of Horrors is tremendous. I had the opportunity with my wife to see it over the weekend. Just a little bit of advice. Don't feed the plant. Thank you, Council President.
Councilwoman
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order, but moving down to item number 5, Police Community Relations, I would just like to congratulate our police department and all the graduates of the Junior Police Academy. They ran a successful academy, and the kids that started it and finished it, I just want to say good for you. You stuck it out. Congratulations. Moving down to item number 9, Barron Art Center. The Barron Art Center presents the Earth Speaks Jewelry Art Exhibit from August 4th through the 26th. If the Earth speaks, what would it say to you? This jewelry exhibit asks the artists to re-examine our responsibilities by taking an honest look at environmentalism in the 21st century. A reception will be held on Tuesday, August 7th from 7 to 9. A portion of the proceeds from the Earth Speaks will be donated to the Woodbridge River Watch, which is a nonprofit organization. The Barron Art Center will host a fundraiser, the Woodbridge Psychic Fair, on August 18th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Club of Woodbridge. Find out about the future or learn from the past from some of New Jersey's best psychic mediums, clairvoyants, tarot card readers, tea leaf readers, and astrology readers. The fair will include vendors and lectures. Admission is $5 at the door, the lectures are free, and the readings are separate. The admission fee benefits future programming at the Barron Art Center. Vendor registration is now open for Barron Fest 2018. This event will be held on October 13th from 12 noon to 4 p.m. at Parker Press Park. Celebrating its 11th year, Barron Fest is the Barron Art Center's annual Fine Arts and Crafts Festival, which gathers over 50 artists, rain or shine, at Parker Press Park. Original art in different mediums will be exhibited and available for sale by the artists. Participation is free for all the artists. A registration form can be found on the Woodbridge Township website. For all these programs, please feel free to call the Barron Art Center at 732-634-0413 for more information. And the Public Library of Woodbridge, there is still time to register for all the summer reading programs for all ages at the library. Children participating in the program will be invited to the Summer Reading Family Fun Fair for games, music, crafts, and fun to be held at the main library on August 18th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Visit the libraries online at www.woodbridgelibrary.org or in person for more information. That is all that I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Vitale.
Thank you, Council President. On my agenda, I have news about American Legion House in Iselin. That's converted into a 5 branches senior center. Our mayor, the Woodbridge Township Municipal Council, and the Woodbridge Township Department of Health and Human Services celebrated the grand opening of all new 5 branches senior center in Iselin section of Woodbridge with an official ribbon cutting ceremony on last Friday, July 28, 2018. With more than 200 Woodbridge Township senior residents in attendance, the 5 branches senior center named in honor of the 5 branches of the United States Armed Services: U.S. Army, U.S. Navy, U.S. Marine Corps, U.S. Air Force, and U.S. Coast Guard, is located in the newly renovated American Legion T. Nutley Post 471. 5 branches stands as a gateway connecting the township senior residents 60 years of age and older by providing vital community services that help seniors remain healthy, active, and independent. The new multi-purpose 5 branches senior center serves as an important anchor in the Iselin community, offering quality services and programs that our seniors need and deserve. The 5 branches senior center, along with the other senior centers, offer senior residents a convenient neighborhood multi-purpose center designed to engage every visitor in social, recreational, educational, health, and wellness programs and activities that enhance their quality of life and serve to cultivate the new friendship. The 5 branches senior center includes a large community room, activity rooms, game room, computer learning center with free Wi-Fi, and cafe area with kitchen. Senior residents are encouraged to register as a member of the 5 branches senior center, and the registration is free. The 5 branches senior center is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. 5 branches senior center is located at 1 Brown Avenue, Iselin, and the contact phone number is 732-726-6276. I would like to thank the mayor, the administration, and the council for providing the funding and a beautiful facility in Iselin. I also have 2 announcements about the parade. There are 2 parades in Iselin. The first one is India Day Parade will be on Sunday, August 12th on Oak Tree Road, and the Oak Tree Road will be closed that afternoon between Wood Avenue and Route 27 in Iselin section of Woodbridge Township, and from Cinder Road to Wood Avenue in addition townships. Also, the following Sunday, there will be a Pakistan Day Parade, and that is going to be on August 19th. And again, the Oak Tree Road will be closed that afternoon between Wood Avenue and Route 27 in Iselin section of the Woodbridge Township, and from Cinder Road to Wood Avenue in Addison Township. That's all for tonight. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Mitch.
Thank you, Madam President. Just a couple items to bring you up to date on the current liquor license transfers. Letter A has been on the agenda since March. That's actually, that investigation is being coordinated by the state ABC, so there's a delay on that. Letter B and letter C, our police department continues to work with the owners of the Grand Chateau on their corporate structure and the proposed transfer from Famous Dave's to Teal Wands in the Menlo Park Terrace section. I'll also be adding a new transfer on that I'm just reviewing now with the police department, and that's from the old Riffy's license to a proposed the Yellow Chili on Oak Tree Road in Iselin. Dropping down to number 3, liquor license renewals. You've renewed all but 4 of our 97 licenses for the current term, July 1st to June 30th. The reasons the other 4 aren't in front of you yet are various, including 1239 rulings, which is inactivity for 2 or more years, tax clearance, or failure to renew. I'll drop down to my last item, number 8. I shared with you a letter from Salik LLC, a request to increase the number of limousine licenses that our police department offers. Just a few comments. You have the TO book. We set a limit on the amount of limousine licenses at 31 in the town. Our town, like all other towns, have a repeated request for a license here, a license there. But we don't give them out by one. We give them out when they come in with a business plan and there's a big model. So their recommendation, this gentleman has moved from Booton to Woodbridge, and he brought his business with him because Booton will no longer give him his licenses because he's not operating from there. He has to operate from our town, but he's looking for licenses. We've denied him based upon, that's what the ordinance is set at. He's asking you to reconsider that number. If you haven't wanted any discussion with me, feel free to give me a call or give Mr. Hubner's office a call. We can talk about it further. So last thing is, it's not listed, but today I received 7 road opening requests from Middlesex Water Company. Actually 8. One I shared with you today. My office should have shared a copy with you in your emails. I held 7 of them. I called the water company. I'm not going to share them with you until I get them because I want more detail as to why they have to open up 7 roads in a short period of time. So I'll work on you with that. That's all I have.
Thank you. Senator Bennett.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. With respect to the next meeting, we will have before you resolutions. Most of them are for professional services for Peak Environmental, Limo Engineering as an ongoing one. That's with the litigation that is pending. And this once a year we make not to exceed figures so that you can be aware of it. The rest of the proposals are for professional services for the addresses as listed. A final change order for the Oak Tree School for French and Perillo, and the change order for the pool plaster replacement, and finally housekeeping for veterans disability. That's my report.
Thank you, Council President. Our proposal to amend a reserved handicap parking space and make it into a general handicap parking space. We are adding some parking restrictions to 5th Street and Avenel, certain portions of 5th Street, I should say. We have addition of a number of bus stops in the Ford section of the township, and the addition of a traffic signal on Riverside Drive and Mack Lane and KSB. Thank you.
I don't have anything tonight. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Council President. I have expenses for the 2018 Crossroads race, and for next meeting, I will have a shared service agreement with the Board of Education for busing. Thank you, Council President.
Marta's not here, but with respect to her report, the first is housekeeping refund resolution on the addition of a public road will be in front of you for next meeting, and then there'll be an ordinance on the waiver of building permit fees for public entity.
Thank you, Council President. One item, I have a final change order for 2017 cleaning and TVing of the MCUA F mini systems. It's contract 2017-12. Thank you.
Motion.
Second.